Thank you for joining us, America. Sarah's with us in Detroit. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, Dave.
Hey.
My question is about medical school loans, and I was wondering if you would deal with those any differently. My husband and I are in our mid-30s. We have a baby, and we're in our fifth year post-training with $450,000 debt.
Good Lord. What a hot mess. No, I wouldn't deal with it any differently. Hopefully you've got an income that's different.
Well, we have 1 year left of training, and then we'll be getting our full salary.
Right, which
so right now we make
is how
about
much?
100.
You make how much now?
About 100, and we should make 450 when we're done.
Okay. Well, so let's kind of do a little math, okay? You're living on 100 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
If when you're making 450, you lived on 100, plus or minus taxes, you should have $250,000, $300,000 to work with.
Right.
Okay. So don't raise your lifestyle and pay off your debts in 18 months.
Okay. So would you avoid buying a house and starting to save for college? Okay,
yes, you're broke.
It's all paid off?
Yeah, you're a hot mess. You're broke. We're only talking about 18 months, 2 years. I mean, you ought to be debt free in 2 years. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, living on 100 is not exactly roughing it.
No.
So, I mean, it depends on how much you want to dial it down as to how fast you get out. But I can see you debt-free in 2 years or less, depending on how much you dial down the lifestyle. Here's what you have to avoid, Sarah. I've worked with docs for years, and I am so happy that you're going to be making $450,000 a year. You have earned it already because you have done something that the vast majority of our population cannot do. You have delayed pleasure forever. You have been in school forever.
That's what it feels like.
You have. And for you, in order to do a greater good with your life, for your family and the help you can be as a doc, you have delayed pleasure beyond belief. Right?
Right.
The problem is, I call it doc-itis.
Uh-huh.
Doc-itis is you've delayed pleasure so long, when you finally get the big income, you like breathe out, and it sounds like 2 BMWs and a $450,000 house before you clean up your mess.
Right.
Don't breathe out. You've been holding your breath for 16, 17 years. Hold it for 2 more years. Hold your breath for 2 more years. Delay pleasure one more time. We know you have the emotional capability of delaying pleasure for a greater good because your very life has indicated that. Mm-hmm. Now apply that to the finances so you don't look up 10 years from now still paying student loan debts like all the other broke freaking doctors out there.
All right, we'll do that.
Yeah, broke doctors are about as much of a stereotype as broke athletes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's because they're really, really smart at one thing, and they don't use common sense when it comes to money. So don't get doc-itis. Just keep living like a dadgum resident when you start getting your good income, and 2 years later, you're 100% debt-free. Now you're making $450 a year. You got no chains around your ankles, no chains around your wrists, no chains around your neck, and you can go become wealthy very, very quickly. Pay cash for a dadgum house or pay it off in 3 years after you buy it. You can get cars. You can do whatever you want to do on a $450,000 dadgum income, and you've earned it. I'm glad you're making that money. I'm not one of those people who say they make too much money. I do not want I do not want a doctor that is underpaid working on me. Thank you very much. I want him paid very well. I want her paid very well. And so I'm happy you're there, and I hope you make a lot of money. You have earned it. And you guys work ridiculous hours, and you're there for people, and you got the right hearts, most of you, and I'm thrilled you're going to make a bunch of money. Please don't keep these student loans around like they're a pet. Knock them out fast. That's my prescription. So it doesn't change. It's just the different size of hole you're in, and you got a different size shovel. But the principles are still there. Thanks for calling in.